Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Janet. I'm really glad you're here today. Again today I have a recipe that's pretty simple and I'll be using my crock pot because I love to cook with my crock pot. I can just put it in and let it go, and it's so simple and easy for me to use. So what I'm making today is a smothered pork chop. Now the recipe calls for an envelope of the Lipton onion soup, but I just think that's too much salt intake for me personally, so I will be substituting the chopped onion here. Normally I'd use just a fresh onion, but I did not have any on hand, and I do have this. I'm not a big meat eater, but I have 4 thin sliced pork chops that I'll be using. I have a can of cream of mushroom soup. I'm not using chicken, I'm using mushroom. I have garlic powder, and I'll also be using some onion powder, salt and pepper to taste, and I've already started dissolving my chicken bouillon cube in some warm water. I've sprayed my crock pot. I'm just going to put this right inside and get it started. Then I'm going to, I think I'm going to do about a quarter. This is a third of a cup, and I think I'm only going to do about a quarter cup. So this is the dried onion, the chopped onion. Okay. And then I'm going to put the onion powder. I am going to season the pork chops. Now these pork chops are still frozen. I cook with frozen meats in my crock pot all the time. I have never had a bad meal from using frozen. These ones are semi-frozen, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in the crock pot. But before I do, I'm gonna try to season them up a bit with some salt and pepper. So I'm going to get the mushroom soup in. My favorite utensil, my holy guy. And I'm going to stir all of this up in here. I'm going to add a little bit more water so I can get all the goodness of this out of here. Okay, a little salt and pepper, and you know me, I like my pepper. So I'll be putting a lot, not quite as much salt. So this is the gravy. Later on, I will probably add a little bit more water and some cornstarch to it, and that will help thicken it. I also have a brown gravy packet. I'm only going to use half the packet. Again, I'm concerned about sodium. I don't want too much sodium in my diet. So I'm going to use half the packet. And you can use chicken or pork. I'm using the brown gravy. Again, it's what I have on hand, and I think it goes well with the mushroom soup. And I think it's just going to give it more depth of flavor. Use what you have on hand, or use what your family likes. And I will serve this later with some vegetables, maybe a salad, and definitely with mashed potatoes. So now I'm just gonna put the pork chops in. I'm gonna sprinkle them with a little bit more salt and pepper. A little more onion powder. Okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of flip them over in here, get these all these flavors combined. I'm going to take you off this so you can see what I've got going on here. So this is what it looks like inside the crock pot. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. I'll set it for 8 hours. I'm sure because these are thin pork chops, I won't need the full 8 hours, but I want it to be ready around 5 o'clock, and it is currently around 10 a.m. here. So before my daughter came downstairs, I decided to work on some of my kitchen cabinets to do the Hug Your Home challenge presented by Cass over at ClutterBug. I'll leave her link below. Okay, week 2, ClutterBug Hug Your Home challenge. I am going through cabinets, and this is all the stuff that is gonna have to go. It just doesn't meet the cut. Feels good to lighten my load. When my daughter finally came downstairs, it was time to get started on our Christmas takedown. Well, they say it's always darkest before the dawn, and so we're right in the midst of taking down the Christmas stuff, and I will be working on the trees next. It's been very lived in my family room. I've been sacked out on my couch for the last couple of days. I had a terrible migraine, so I have a lot of work to do. I got all the tables cleared of the Christmas decor, and it's just time to start putting everything back to where it belongs. So I'd like to introduce you all to my daughter Anna. Anna lives here in my home with me. She's 19 years old. She works, and she is a super great help around my home. I don't know if I'd get half the things done if it wasn't for her help. I really appreciate all she does for me. So my hope for Christmas 2019 is that I'm able to get all my decor up earlier in the season. I wasn't able to get a lot of this up until just before Christmas time, and I really would like to sit and enjoy my tree just a bit longer. Even though I kept it up a few days longer than I normally would, I really miss being able to sit and see the lights for the entire season. So that's my goal for 2019. Getting the tree apart was absolutely no problem at all. It came down pretty easily. The part that was a little challenging was actually fitting this big tree back into this tiny box. And you'll see that we finally wrangle it in there, but we had a couple of giggles here getting it done. Now it's time to put away all the decor that was in the kitchen, dining room, living room, and family room. And remembering how it was all packed, I found things in all kinds of different areas. So it wasn't just all packed in these few boxes that I had. I'm really grateful that I was able to go through the boxes and get rid of a lot of stuff that we haven't used in the last few years. So we're donating some of it. Some of it wasn't really worth even donating. My Santa carafe is definitely one of my favorite items to set out at Christmas time. I sure do enjoy seeing his jolly little face and his little smile. I wonder what some of your favorite items are. Leave me a comment below and let me know. I have been keeping all the snow globes in my curio cabinet in my living room, but I've had a desire to get them put away with the rest of the Christmas decorations. So this year I was able to get rid of the things that were held in this box here, and I was able to tuck them safely away in between the stockings, and they will now be stored with all the rest of my Christmas decorations. It'll make it a lot easier to get everything out next year because it'll all be together. So as we're finishing up in this area, we know that there's only one area left to take care of, and that is getting the little tree in the front room taken care of. So we will be moving in there shortly, and this whole process will probably not be completed tonight, but it'll make for an easy cleanup in the morning. I really love the way this tree turned out with just the gold and white decorations on it. And as simple as it was just really beautiful. I enjoyed doing my Bible studies in here in the morning and just seeing the glow of everything sparkling in this room. It's sad to see Christmas come to an end. I look forward to it all year long, but I am anxious to get the house back in order as we changed furniture in the rooms, and now I can start doing a bit of decorating, and I'm really excited to get all that done. So you'll have to come back and see what I do in the future. At about this point, we had been smelling all that pork chops and gravy cooking all day, and we were getting really hungry. We were very tired, and Anna's getting ready to get up and go into the other room and make some mashed potatoes and some corn. This meal was really yummy. The flavors came together very nicely, and it was so nice to have something ready to eat after working all day. I highly recommend that you try it. If you like our video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Hope you have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.